"Oh my gosh, you've got to hear about this movie I watched." So it kicks off with Harris, who's rolling in dough, right? And then, bam. She bumps into this enigmatic dude who just flips her world upside down, showing her the ropes on how to navigate the high life. He's like this breath of fresh air, spicing up her monotonous day-to-day and helping her tune into what she really wants. They're out here living it up at fancy schmancy events, totally digging their little escapades. But, plot twist, this guy's got a secret, and Harris is all in to uncover it. Trust me, the unfolding is something else. Cut to George and Michelle, who are seriously heating things up in the bedroom. Michelle's pal is over the moon about them hitting it off, but Michelle's vibe is more on the down low. Once George leaves, Michelle's chilling with her gadget, just unwinding. Later, she heads to the office for a powwow with her dad, Walter, and the office gang. They're all buzzing about selling the company, but when Michelle pitches merging with an investor, her dad's like, "Nah, let's roll with what the partners say." Back at her place, Michelle is sipping on wine, chatting with her daughter, Dara, who's got the munchies. So, off they go to eat out. Now, here's where it gets juicy. At the restaurant, Michelle spots this drop-dead gorgeous bartender, Ryan Black. Dude's in the middle of a tiff with his girlfriend, Alana, but he's got eyes for Michelle. He sends her off with this look that's just, as she and Dara head out. Man, the tension. All right. So after Michelle sends Dara off to hit the books, she realizes she's left her card at the restaurant and heads back to fetch it. That's when Ryan, our mystery bartender, seizes the moment. He's all like, "Hey, why don't you join me?" And even tries to offer her a smoke, which Michelle totally finds gross. But Ryan, he's not giving up that easy. He's really trying to peel back the layers on Michelle, who's pretty self-conscious with all the eyes around. Smooth operator that he is, Ryan slides his number on a napkin across to her, hoping she'll ring him up. Back at her fortress, Michelle bins the napkin with Ryan's number, almost like she's shutting that door. But as the sun rises, so does her curiosity about what if. At the office, it's business as usual until she butts heads with Preston over her report details. Then, her dad, Walter, pulls her aside to get the lowdown on her take about selling the company, and Michelle's feeling the heat, being the odd one out in this corporate drama. Just as she's mulling over giving Ryan a buzz, George, out of nowhere, shows up at her doorstep, dinner in hand. Michelle, maybe out of politeness or curiosity, decides to let the evening roll with him. Post-dinner, George tries to play the night with a gift, but Michelle's not having any of it. She's clear as crystal. Her heart's not in it. George, though, isn't ready to throw in the towel and leaves with a think about it. So, back at the office, Michelle's diving deep into work mode, trying to untangle the mess they're in, and dishes out tasks to her right-hand man, Lee. He works his magic and locks in a meeting with Jesse Aaron for her. But plot twist. Ryan rings Michelle up out of the blue, asking her out to lunch. And where do they meet? At his buddy Terrell's place, which throws another curveball. Michelle and Terrell are old acquaintances. Terrell's stoked to see her and can't believe she's hanging with Ryan. They chill by the pool, with Ryan playing the charming host, offering Michelle wine and delving into her life with personal questions. It's all cozy and intimate until Lee calls, needing a moment with Michelle. But Ryan, ever so smooth, wraps an arm around her, pulling her close. And just like that, Michelle decides to ditch her business meet, opting to spend the day soaking up this new vibe with Ryan. Talk about a day taking an unexpected turn. Oh man, you won't believe how the day wraps up for Michelle. After a whole day of unexpected twists with Ryan, she decides to bring him to her office in the evening. It's like a ghost town since everyone's left, giving them the perfect spot to keep getting to know each other, but, with a bit of a twist. Ryan's curious about Walter's office, and Michelle, playing along, sits in her dad's chair when he asks. Then Ryan, diving deep into the personal zone, gets her to share stories about her moments of relaxation. But here's where it gets spicy. He brings out this red lingerie and asks Michelle to wear it, and she, maybe caught up in the moment, goes with it. Ryan's all about teaching Michelle to ask fewer questions, suggesting they have another lesson the next day. But Michelle's got a packed schedule, so Ryan, ever the planner, invites her to this exclusive club to experience what he's all about. This club? It's nothing like Michelle's ever seen, totally out of her usual scene. After soaking in that unique club vibe, they step outside, and Ryan, caught up in the moment, lays a passionate kiss on Michelle in the back alley, asking her what she thought about their little adventure. Just as Michelle's trying to wrap her head around all this, they spot a masked man lurking by the back door. Talk about ending the night on a mysterious note. So, after their intense alleyway moment, Ryan suggests they head over to his place. Michelle, curious and intrigued, takes a tour of his apartment, and they stumble upon a room that's a spitting image of the club vibe they just left. It's like walking into a whole new world, and they decide it's the perfect spot to dive deeper into their budding connection. Ryan, the ever-mysterious guide, introduces Michelle to his collection of, let's say, interesting toys. He's all about exploring new territories, and he even blindfolds her with this sleek black blindfold to heighten the experience. Post-adventure, Michelle's feeling a mix of relaxation and curiosity, pushing her to try and peel back the layers of Ryan's mysterious persona. But Ryan? He's like a locked vault, not giving away much. Meanwhile, Michelle's phone is blowing up with missed calls and texts from her dad. She tries to smooth things over, apologizing for skipping out on a crucial business meeting, but Walter's not having any of it. Feeling the weight of the world on her shoulders, Michelle vents to Ryan about the pressures she's facing. They end up sharing their thoughts on each other, opening up in a way that's both raw and revealing. The drama just doesn't stop. The next morning, George shows up at Michelle's place, all hopeful with flowers in hand, wanting to patch things up and give it another shot. But Michelle, she's not having any of it, and sends him packing. Now, here's where things take a wild turn. Ryan's playing the perfect +1, escorting Michelle to this charity event her dad, Walter, has organized. En route, Ryan pulls out this gift, a little risque for the setting, asking Michelle to sneak it into her outfit. And then, as Walter delivers this heartfelt speech, Ryan kicks off this daring game that sends Michelle on a roller coaster of sensations. Ryan's clearly enjoying the effect he's having on her, and that smirk of his says it all. But they're not as stealth as they think. Walter's got an eye on them. Seeking a bit more privacy, the duo ducks into the restroom. Ryan hands Michelle this bold red lipstick, adding another layer to their secret escapade. They manage to slip out, but not without catching the attention of Preston, who introduces Michelle to Jesse Aaron, a key investor. Jesse's curious about Ryan, but Ryan's response is anything but polite. As Michelle tries to talk business and pitch the merger, Ryan's little reminder of their earlier escapade almost derails her. Somehow, she pulls through, and thanks to a history between their fathers, Jesse's willing to consider giving her a chance before he leaves with Preston. Michelle's not blind to the potential fallout of Ryan's antics on her professional life, and lets him know. But Ryan? He just brushes it off, not really grasping the seriousness of the situation. That evening, when Michelle picks up Dara, her daughter immediately clocks the switch from her mom's usual beige lipstick to a daring red. Dara's all curious, hinting maybe there's a new guy in her mom's life. She's buzzing with excitement at the thought, especially since it's someone outside their usual circle. Once home, Michelle dives into learning more about that intriguing entertainment trick they explored. The plot thickens the next day when Walter calls Michelle into his office for a serious father-daughter chat. He's got wind of Ryan's shenanigans and Michelle's involvement, particularly their restroom rendezvous at the charity event. Despite Michelle pitching her visions for the business, Walter's mind's made up about selling. However, he throws her a lifeline, a chance to prove herself if she can get her act together. All day, Michelle's bending over backward trying to meet the high bar set for her. By evening, weighed down by the day's pressures, she finds solace in Ryan's company, who eases her stress with a massage. When Michelle suggests flipping roles, Ryan balks at the idea, not quite ready to step into her shoes. Michelle, ever the curious soul, expresses her interest in experimenting with the role reversal anyway. But Ryan's having none of it, pushing her away. Hit by a wave of newfound determination, Michelle decides it's time for a little self-reinvention. She hits the shops and snags this stunning red outfit, thinking it's just the thing for a night out at the club Ryan introduced her to. It's there she bumps into Alana, Ryan's ex, who doesn't waste time diving into the do's and don'ts of pet care, hinting at a darker side of Ryan Michelle hadn't seen. Alana's concern leads her to take Michelle under her wing, showing her the ropes at a friend's place to prep for what might come. After a night of unexpected lessons, Michelle heads home only to find Ryan, of all people, hanging out with Dara, her daughter. Dara, caught off guard, had thought her mom was buried in work all night. The shock of seeing her mom knows Ryan sends ripples through the room. Michelle is livid, seeing her friends overstep, especially with her daughter involved. In the midst of trying to untangle Dara, Ryan attempts his charm, claiming he was just trying to have a bit of fun with both of them. But Michelle's not having any of it, resorting to biting his hand in a bid to make him back off. Once Ryan's out of the picture, Michelle's all about comforting Dara, who's piecing together the unsettling truth that her mom's been seeing the guy she just met under such bizarre circumstances. Cranking up her focus, Michelle dives back into the sea of work waiting for her, hoping to drown out the chaos of the previous night. Lee, ever the bearer of news, lets her know Preston's made an appearance at the office. During a crucial meeting, Walter puts Michelle on the spot about a test she was supposed to conduct, but she's caught empty-handed without the data. Seeing the lapse, Walter leans on Preston, trusting him with the reins of the company's sale. But he leaves Michelle a tiny window, just a few more days to produce the data. Feeling the heat, Michelle seeks refuge in the parking lot, attempting to collect her scattered thoughts. That's when she's hit with a reminder of the mess she's entangled in. Ryan's bombarded her with messages. His audacity leaves her stunned. The man's not just crossing lines, he's blatantly threatening her now. With resolve hardening, Michelle decides it's time to confront this head-on. She sets off to meet this friend, determined to untangle Ryan's web and figure out what his endgame really is. Michelle, fueled by a mix of determination and outrage, doesn't waste any time upon reaching Ryan's doorstep. She launches into a confrontation, her displeasure boiling over. Ryan, far from backing down, meets her with rudeness, igniting a fierce anger within her. In a moment charged with tension, Michelle, propelled by her fury, grabs a tripod and strikes Ryan, a move as decisive as it is unexpected. She drags him to the infamous Red Room, a place of their previous escapades, but this time to secure him against the wall, flipping the script on their dynamic. As Ryan regains consciousness, he finds the tables have turned. Michelle, seizing control of the situation, decides it's time Ryan learns his lesson, but with a playful twist, marking a stark contrast to the gravity of their altercation. Through this unconventional method of teaching, Ryan comes to a realization. He admits his wrongdoings, acknowledging the turmoil he's caused Michelle and her family. With a newfound understanding, he vows not to trouble their lives again, signaling a significant shift in their tumultuous relationship. Post that intense showdown with Ryan, Michelle emerges transformed, her very aura radiating a newfound confidence. She even caps off her look with a swipe of bold red lipstick, a symbolic nod to her empowered self. With news from Lee about Jesse Aaron's location, Michelle doesn't hesitate. She's on a mission, ready to tackle her challenges head-on. The meeting with Jesse sets the stage for what's to come. Michelle follows it up with a presentation to the company's management, laying out her vision with such clarity and conviction that even Preston's attempts to derail her efforts fall flat. She stands her ground, showcasing a level of assertiveness that commands respect. Walter, witnessing the transformation and dedication of his daughter, can't help but feel impressed. Despite Preston's skepticism, the tide turns when Jesse steps in, giving his nod to Michelle's proposal. A move that not only validates her efforts, but significantly shifts the dynamics in her favor. Acknowledging her hard-fought victory and contributions, Walter elevates Michelle within the company, marking her as a partner, an acknowledgement that's both a professional win and a personal milestone. In the midst of their celebration, Jesse makes a surprise appearance, extending a dinner invitation to Michelle. But Michelle, ever the strategist, flips the script, suggesting her own terms for the meeting. Eager to deepen their acquaintance on her terms, Michelle's proposal is one Jesse finds impossible to decline, a testament to her persuasive power and newfound agency. And there you have it, folks, the riveting tale of 2015 movie Bound, a cinematic journey that takes us through the highs and lows of Michelle's transformation. From a high-powered yet unfulfilled executive to a woman who takes control of her destiny, both professionally and personally. Her encounters with the mysterious Ryan challenge her boundaries, leading to a dramatic shift in her life's trajectory. As Michelle navigates the complexities of power dynamics, family pressures, and the pursuit of her own desires, she emerges empowered, marking her ascent with the bold choice of red lipstick. If you enjoyed this retelling and crave more movie insights and discussions, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss. Now, here's a question to get the conversation rolling in the comments. Do you think Michella's journey was more about finding empowerment within herself or overcoming the external challenges posed by the characters around her? Share your thoughts below, and let's dive into a discussion about empowerment, personal growth, and the complexities of human relationships as depicted in 2015 movie Bound. Remember, every like, subscribe, and comment helps us bring more content like this to you. So, what are you waiting for? Let's get talking.